My fellow Americans, we're here today as we embark on a new journey to do predictions on our Sweet 16 picks. In my original bracket, I correctly picked 7 teams to make it to the Sweet 16. And this year we have 6 teams who were in the Sweet 16 that made it last year. So without further ado, let's re-bracket, re-pick our teams and just start from scratch. We can't completely start from scratch because 2 rounds have been already played. So let's start from scratch with the final 16 teams. It started with 68, now we're down to our last 16. So start from scratch and let's see how we do on these picks right here, okay? That was my Obama impression. Hope you all enjoyed that. I did that a lot over the weekend while we were out of town. So we are here. I ain't gonna give the whole speech Obama just gave, but we are about to repick our Sweet 16. We're about to, do our predictions on this Sweet 16. Like I said, I have 7 teams that I correctly picked to make it to this round. And last year in the Sweet 16, there are 6 teams returning, as I just said. Don't have to rehash all of that. But I don't feel good about my Sweet 16 predictions or my bracket so far. I'm like 37%, 36.8% predictions. Kentucky, who I had in the Final Four, lost to St. Peter's. St. Peter's, the Cinderella of the tournament so far. Miami, Iowa State, who won just 2 games last year, are in the Sweet 16. Kansas, no surprise. Duke, they're living on the edge every game, but they're no surprise on paper. North Carolina, a bit of a surprise, but this is a blue blood, and I think they made it to the tournament last year, if I'm not mistaken, but they didn't make it very far. Kansas, who was my championship pick last year, got beat down in the second round early by 30 points, I believe. My championship pick, my champion, lost by 30 in the second round. We also have Purdue. We got Gonzaga returning, the runner-ups from last year. I was about to say defending champs, but they were the runner-ups. Texas Tech. And you know what? Let's not even waste any more of you guys' time. Let's just pick these games. We have the Sweet 16 coming up Thursday and Friday for the men's side. So without further ado, let's just get into it. I had Gonzaga losing to Memphis in the second round, in the round of 32. And they are here matched up against Arkansas. And let's see. The odd makers have Gonzaga favored by 9. I think that margin is way too big right there to be doing Arkansas like that. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I don't agree with that. I think Vegas is dead wrong for this one. In this game, like I said, I had Gonzaga losing in the last round, and they barely escaped it. But I'm going to take Arkansas on the upset in this round. And then we go to the South bracket, and we have Arizona, the 1 seed. I think they're the second overall 1 seed. They'll be taking on Houston. Arizona, I'm not going to judge them by that close game against TCU. I think if this were a series, they would have, won that game close, but mopped the floor with TCU in game 2. So I'm going to stick with the Wildcats to beat Houston. Houston's a tough team, but I like Arizona. They, on paper, I think they're the best team in this tournament. So I'm going to take them. And then in the East bracket, we got North Carolina versus UCLA. And the odd makers have Arizona favored by 1.5 to beat Houston, and they have UCLA favored by 2.5 to beat North Carolina. I think we're going to get a rematch of some sort later on, maybe. So I'm going to take North Carolina to win this game. And then we go to the Midwest. Welcome to the Midwest. Yeah, with them Detroit players, ball like you have no idea. We got number 1 seed Kansas versus Providence. Providence is a sleeper team. This is a dark horse team. This is a team that I think can potentially make it all the way. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on Providence, but I'm not. I am going to take Providence to beat Kansas in this game. I think Providence will shock everybody by pulling off the upset against Kansas, and they are underdogs by 7.5. But I'm going to take them to win this game against the Jayhawks. And then you got my Duke Blue Devils against the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Of course, I'm taking Duke in this game. That's a no-brainer. I'm going to take the Blue Devils to beat the Red Raiders in this game, and they're going to match up with Arkansas in the Elite Eight. And in the South bracket, we got Michigan Wolverines versus the Villanova Wildcats. Odd makers have Villanova favored by 5. I'm going to agree with the odd makers on this one. I'm going to take the Wildcats to advance to the Elite Eight to play the Wildcats. Arizona versus Villanova in the Elite Eight. And then we go down here, Purdue versus St. Peter's. Cinderellas are nice sometimes, but this right here is as far as St. Peter's go. I think their true colors will come out against the Boilermakers. I'm going to take Purdue to go into the Elite Eight to play the North Carolina Tar Heels. And then we're going to the Midwest, where we have Iowa State taking on Miami. Miami has been a bit of a surprise team, 10 seed against another surprise team. Like I said, they won 2 games last year, Iowa State, the Cyclones did. What do the odd makers think about this one? They have Miami favored by 2.5. And I am inclined to agree with the odd makers on this one. I'm going to take the Hurricanes to advance to the Elite Eight to take on Providence. I don't know. And then we have our Elite Eight all set. We got the Arkansas versus Duke. We got Arizona versus Villanova. We got North Carolina versus Purdue. And we got Providence versus Miami. Going back to the West, I am going to take Duke to beat Arkansas in the Elite Eight. And that rematch I was talking about earlier, North Carolina will beat Purdue in the Elite Eight in the East region to match up against Duke for the 4th time, I believe it will be this season. No, 3rd time this season. They didn't play in the ACC tournament. And over here, we have 2 teams that are favorite to win it all, who could easily win it all. You would not be shocked to see Purdue. I'm sorry, not Purdue. They already lost, according to me right now. You would not be shocked to see Arizona win it all, nor Villanova. So this is a really tough one. But I think Arizona is the better team. So I'm going to take them to beat these Wildcats. I got the Wildcats beating the Wildcats in this one and advancing to the Final Four. And Providence versus Miami. Again, Providence, a team that people are sleeping on, who could potentially win it all, who could potentially at least make it to the championship. And I'm going to take Providence to beat Miami. And now our Final Four, we have Duke versus North Carolina, a rivalry renewed. And we got Arizona versus Providence. Now, one of my dreams of sports, my top 3 things I would like to see happen in sports. Angels versus Dodgers in the World Series. Panthers win a Super Bowl, which is most of all. And last but not least, Duke versus North Carolina for a national championship. I think that would be just, it's a lot to ask for, those 3 things. But this right here, this Final Four matchup will be the closest thing I'll get to that until it actually happens, and if it ever happens. So we are going to almost get it. But it's going to be in the Final Four, so it's still going to be a big game no matter what when these 2 teams play. So I'm going to I'm taking Duke to beat North Carolina. And I think this is not a Cinderella, but I think it ends right here for Providence because, like I said, Arizona is just the better team, and I am going to take them to beat Providence to make it to the national championship to play Duke and what I believe will be a rematch from the 2001 national championship game. And I am going to, our final score will be 76 to, let's say, 73. And Duke will beat not North Carolina, I already beat them, Arizona in the national championship game. I'm taking Duke to win it all like I have in my original bracket and beating Arizona. Why do I keep saying North Carolina? Beating Arizona to win the entire thing. That's my pick, and I am sticking to it. I really do appreciate you guys for taking this time to hear me out on these predictions. Like always, it's always a treat to be able to do these videos for you guys. Like I said, I appreciate us being well over 1,000 subscribers. We are now setting a new journey to get to 2,000. Again, let's just keep going, keep growing. Appreciate it, and I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.